Greetings! Gather round for a gripping glimpse into the gritty and grand battles of the Pacific. The stage is set, the stakes are high, the line held by iron men in wooden boats. In a daring dash from danger, General Douglas MacArthur made his miraculous escape from the Philippines aboard PT-41 of Squadron 3. MacArthur and his family braved the stormy seas and Japanese patrols, reaching Mindanao 2 days later. They flew to Australia, arriving in Melbourne just this morning. MacArthur has declared,
"I shall return,"
igniting hope and resolve across the Allied forces.
This is the story of PT-104, Lean Jean, and as we speak, they are going through PT Boat School at Melville, where they are learning tactics that are going to make them heroes. The legendary PT boat commander, John Buckley, is their mentor, and through his lessons they will become a beacon of bravery and boldness. With speed and stealth, she will strike swiftly.
You men are about to begin training for one of the most fascinating and adventurous branches of the Navy. A branch in which you'll be able to come to close grips with the enemy, and when at close grips, to deliver a blow with one of the most powerful craft this war has developed and exploited, the mortar torpedo boat, the PT.
Ahoy and welcome back to Boat Crew. It's been about 7 months since we've visited the waters of the Pacific, but I felt it's time to return because there have been a lot of changes. Changes that will help increase the fun, lower the difficulty somewhat, and generally just quality of life changes. I have a basic list of things here. We've got increased vision at night. Ships at enemy bases now scramble when you actually attack them. They don't just sit there at the pier. We have the addition of a dual 20mm Oerlikon mount. There's been a rework to the threat system. Aiming sights for indirect weapons have been adjusted. There's been the addition of a Nagara class light cruiser or scout cruiser. The P-38 Lightning as a support power, the Key 84 fighter. We have Fletcher class destroyers and proper rework of the base defenses, which should see the bases a bit harder to crack. In the background you can see that I have loaded up a new crew. We're going with 3 officers in the early stages, and that's pretty risky. But there is a reason for my madness, and that's to try and get these guys their experience up quickly. In my last campaign, we lost all of our command crew in the very first episode, so let's try not to emulate that. A nice quality of life change sees the addition of presets, so I can now set up my crew presets, which I've done here, engineers, loaders. This playthrough will see us in the 80-foot Elco boat, which has a different gun layout. I think it can carry more weapons, but its AA machine guns are in a totally different layout, which will take some getting used to. I am familiar with playing in these particular PT boats, and the Higgins is actually my most favourite of them all. So I will have to cut against the grain to play in the Elco, but we will get there. She's still a devil boat. One of the major limitations we had in the last campaign was ammunition. So let's have a look. What should we set up the stores like? We're going with depth charges. Depth charges were a favourite weapon of mine in the last campaign, and I want to really repeat the success we had with those. Some unorthodox tactics by Captain Hansen and PT-72. If you haven't seen that series, make sure to check it out. It was a lot of fun to film, and I'm sure you would enjoy it too. We're going with 8 ammo, 8 med kits, 8 repair kits. We've upgraded to 30 caliber machine guns instead of the Lewis guns, and now we are set free in the Solomon Islands. What should we do to start our campaign? Last campaign we made a beeline straight to Savo Island, but this time I think we may be a little bit more cautious, and we're going to go out and try and earn ourselves some more RP in the form of scouting. So let's go out and start a scout. To overcome the fact that we have no supplies in the early stages of the campaign, I have armed some of the crew with machine guns, which have unlimited ammo, so if we run out of cans of bullets, we will have something to fight back with, which was not a good feeling in the last campaign. Some of the weapons choices that we had burned through, and we were experimenting a lot. But we sort of know what we're doing now. Setting up outside Malapa, we're going to see what sort of fortifications are at this base. At this stage of the campaign, I'm really just hoping for targets of opportunity like scout submarines or supply submarines. I'm noticing a lot more fleet activity on the map, which is nice. Ulawa? No sign of any Japanese yet. Coming off Avu, and then we'll go up to Bolonda, and then probably loop around, scouting Pavuvu. We'll stop in at Savo. We're almost out of fuel. Doesn't seem to be any major changes to the welcome, but we'll discover the changes through the course of play. Stop in at Savo. That was a 2-day tour of the Solomons. We've earned 1,000 RP, but we need more, so let's just repeat that with some of the other bases to the north. Stop in at Sidu. See if there's anything doing here. No contact with the Japanese at all, but we have not looked in the bases. I've been a bit lazy in that regard. We have an action at Lunga. Let's head down. We have 1,100 RP. Is that enough to buy something new? Or should we just get into the fray? I'm going to stop. Hurry up. There's a fight to be had. I'm going to spend our RP on ammo because I just know that 8 cans is not enough. But we will have to switch the port side to repairs. So we have 16 ammo, 8 med kits, 8 repair kits. Let's go find the Japanese who are assaulting Lunga. That's a pretty substantial attack force. One of the things you notice immediately about the Elco boat versus the Higgins is to get both guns on target, we need to offer a lot of broadside. And the starboard side has differing firing angles to the port side. So you will see a lot of slashing attacks with the Elco boat, whereas with the Higgins we were able to be a little bit more direct and still have most of our firepower. Oh, we've lost a man overboard. That is also a recurrent theme. You have to keep an eye out. I do know that our men can survive quite a while in the water, so there's no immediate rush to go back and get him. These amphibious tanks do pack a punch. 37mm cannon. Ghastly looking things. Depth charge. We've over-revved the engine, but we managed to destroy the amphibious tank with a depth charge. Finish this one off, and then we need to get over there. There's a lot more to fight. 5 cans of ammunition used. Pick up our man. Where are you, sir? Oh, we almost run over him. The base defenses, we have mortars, high-angle mortars. We're giving those torpedo boats a bit of a run for their money, so we're going to attack the landing craft. We aren't as fast as we were in this PT-72 as well. So keeping our distance, we'll have to be proactive. Taking fire from the landing craft. I've noticed that our new captain has the same first name as our last captain. So I think eventually we might cycle him out, just for the sake of variety. Meanwhile, the Japanese landing boats are being trampled by PT-104 Lean Gene, creating sushi on the decks of the landing craft. Those props would not be nice. Whoops. Trying to do a call-in, but I hit escape. Going to be more proactive with the use of call-ins as well. Running over the landing craft yet again. That one surviving. Lean Jean will be a gunboat, I think. Take that. Some of them look like they might make it to shore. Wildcats come in on a strafing run. Can we ram up? No, we've overcooked the engine again. I do need to really watch that. A couple made it ashore. You can see there is some obstacles on the beach. I believe that's all of them. Well, that was our first action. PT-104 Lean Jean getting some air across the landing craft. Quite the kill count. I've noticed there's a fleet here. I mean, we can see its radar range. And this is different to the other fleets that I've been seeing sailing around. It's much larger detection range. So we're going to go and meet up with them and see what they are. Much larger. They're heading to Santa Ana. Uh-oh, we have another enemy landing at Lunga. Seems the Japanese really want that position. So they are an invasion fleet, and they're headed somewhere. So we're going to go with them. In the last campaign, that was usually a tender involved with an invasion fleet, and you could get resupplies. So let's go with them. Help them attack Apio. Three Fletcher-class destroyers. Where they at? There they at. There's the Fletchers. Let's have a look at them. I can't remember. Did we run into any Fletchers in the last campaign? I really can't remember, but this is exciting. That model looks fantastic. And there's three of them. We're just going to watch. Look at the 5-inch guns. Rattling the screen. They got depth charges on the side. You know, all this is doing is making me want to sail one of those Fletchers in this game. Oh Lord, let me sail a Fletcher. Even if it's just like an end game, like you've completed 100% of the game and you get the Fletcher as a reward, that would be, could be so good. Be able to actually take the fight to those pesky Japanese destroyers. We've got the Fubukis and the Akizukis, and now the cruiser as well. I really want to find the cruiser. That was a pipe dream, being able to fight a cruiser, but I did feel like we needed a higher difficulty opponent at the end game. Because it became pretty easy to kill the destroyers once you knew how to, though they still are very scary. I was reading also that the firing modes of all the ships can change now. That it's not just always ripple fire. They do concentrated fire. Oh no, we've had a Fletcher run aground. There doesn't appear to be any friendly fire, so I am bravely running in front of our Fletchers. That will quickly prove me wrong. But Apio is just being smashed by this trio of Fletchers. One of them is landing. He's become a shore battery. That watchtower in the background just got annihilated by 5-inch guns. There we go, full broadside. The landing craft just making their way. There won't be anything left though. I will like to see a big full-scale battle. 3 Fletchers and 3 Fubukis duel it out and me just be in the middle. That'd be great. See if we can't find that. Oh, don't get run over. It's a great looking ship model. I love it. Just disengage from that. They will clean up that base. So they don't need my help. Let's try and get to Lunga though in time. There's 80 boats. What? 80 something attacking Lunga. The base defenses have managed to kill 2 things, but we need to stop in for some ammo and fuel. And the base has fallen. Check this out for a fight. 39 Type A landing boats. Alright, I think our boys have their first real fight on their hands. We've Aura Row at the helm. Enemy torpedo boat throwing up a flare, and now the night has been illuminated by Japanese and American tracers. Going to try and keep our distance. We aren't as fast as PT-72. We've got high angle mortars coming in. It's going to take them a while to range in. It looks like they're targeting closer to shore. Whoa, we are surrounded. We have tracers coming from everywhere. Just trying to get some distance. That is quite the swarm. Are we crazy to try and fight such a swarm? I don't think so. But we do need to use our strengths and minimize our weaknesses. We're going to try and kite them. We want to draw away all the fast boats, away from the stronger boats that are much slower. Well, they might even be amphibious tanks, I'm not sure. Getting our maximum firepower only at broadside or just off broadside. But that does leave us exposed to more damage. I also have to manage my engine. Right on the limit of temperature right now. Still have 11 cans of ammunition left. But we are out of repair kits already. We've taken a lot of damage. Calling in a wildcat. Hopefully he can draw some aggro while we try and fix the boat with what skill we have. We don't have any parts left. Look at the side. Torn up. We are able to fix the boat without repair kits, but not to maximum efficiency. So if I keep cycling out and in, it should be okay. Again, trying to keep the fast boats away from the stronger boats with heavier armament. And it seems to be working. Oh, we just got hit by a bigger shell. And we've lost a man overboard. Oh no. Someone is overboard. It looks like one of our officers as well. It was. Not familiar with their names yet. Let's hope they stick around long enough to remember their names. We need... Oh no, he's been overrun by Japanese boats. Hopefully, because it is nighttime, they aren't able to see him. He just needs to stay out of their way and not get run down. We need to try and work our way back to get him. Pretty risky move. We're going to try and cut past the formation, but if they all turn to port, they're all going to come screaming at us. So we need to make sure we've got enough separation. And it looks like we're coming up on the battle border as well, so I need to try and stay inside the battle zone to try and get our man back. Can't leave anyone behind. Oh no, we crossed the battle line. I need to get back. No, we don't want to leave our officer behind. It seems our friend was teleported back to the boat anyway. Let's go and get some more repair kits and try and attack Lunga again. Yeah, we've got him back. He's safe and sound. That was Vittore. Genoa Vittore. It seems we got ourselves a little bit of deja vu. We're being slowly surrounded by the Japanese patrol boats. Does seem like there's no end to them, but we are determined to whittle away these nasty critters away from the shoreline of our former base, hoping to get the allies to attack. It's a pretty ballsy move to attack the same base in one night. We did lose a man overboard. Luckily, teleportation brought him back to safety, but we can't rely on that too much. Ideally, I want to get rid of... We just killed a riverboat? Sounds like we just got a promotion. Someone. Gunner. Got a nice little promotion trumpet. I would still like to see a man overboard alert. You know, or just like an exclamation mark or something like that. Here's another promotion. Well, that's what we want to see. We are going to run out of ammunition before we run out of Japanese to fight. We've lost another man overboard. Someone else's turn. Again, we're going to use the same trick. We've called in the wildcat. This time I won't go towards the map edge. We'll try and work our way back. But there are a lot less. We have used up all of our single wildcats, so we've got a double wildcat coming in. they are able to draw away a lot of that fire, so we may be able to sneak past. We've run out of ammunition and repair kits. We have a few rounds of ammunition left. That will run dry pretty soon. And it looks like we are fighting now the amphibious tanks. They hit a little bit harder. They're pretty accurate. Oh, that's a big hit to the port side, amidships. Oh, another big hit. We turned into that one. That's not good. We do have 2 mechanics, 2 medics. We may have to switch to 3 mechanics. Oh, we're sinking. Oh, we're sinking. Oh, we've lost his 3 men overboard. We have to get to the map border. Wait, we're gonna sink. We're gonna lose the boat already. Get out of the map. Oh, now we're on fire. Ah! We made it out. We made it out. We just cheesed big time. 20 casualties, and we cheesed the game system. We need to really learn from that last engagement. PT Boat 104 is an unrelenting nightmare for the base of Lunga. It's attacked relentlessly. It just comes back miraculously repaired. Men fall into the water and they just seemingly disappear, only to attack later, hours. That's where the Devil Boat myth really started. Running through descent, the depth charge is going off for good effect, taking out the motor torpedo boat, patrol boat, floating tank, those Japanese riverboats. There are supposed to be landing craft around, but I can't see them. Maybe they're onshore. We just have to take out this 1 mortar emplacement, and I think we're done here. A lot of back and forth. Lunga is now going to be assaulted, so that will recover our losses in that region, so we're not totally surrounded at Tulagi. Welcome back to Savo Island. Light defenses here, no fleet presence to speak of. Just going to ruffle up these base defenses and then move on. I am feeling like the base defenses are much more sturdy now with their sandbag nests. Now we've harassed those guys, there should be another attack come in to take Savo, and we'll be able to get a bit of a foothold around Tulagi. It is surrounded. We have a new alert here. Can't keep up. You're too quick. We can't keep up with what you did at Savo. Oh, they're trying to limit my power. They've put a cooldown on attacks. No thanks. I would not like to fight 5 zeros or 4 zeros. The easiest way to deal with these guys is just to wait until they take their attack run and shoot them in the face. Just wasting ammo when you're trying to shoot them flying over your head. Pavuvu has fleet presence. What have we got here? Coastal tankers, supply submarines, motor torpedo boats, and auxiliary subchasers. And they've just left. Half that fleet has just left the base. But I'm not in a position to fight them with 2 depth charges. We're going to go back to base. Unfortunate, that was our first fleet encounter, but we're not really in a position to fight 2 coastal tankers. We have full ammo. I'm going to pursue that task force and just see where they're going. Switched on the radar to increase our detection. Is that the fleet from before? Probability says it is. With a second one. That is probably the fleet from before. And the one behind could be surely not destroyers. It must be a bunch of maybe submarines. Supply submarines. It has taken us a little while to track them down, but here they are. Just off the bow. We've got 3 submarines and 2 depth charges. So one will get away today. I have to be mindful that they used to just surface immediately and shoot you, so hopefully that will do enough damage. This one's surfacing now. Drop the depth charge. Bouncing off the hull. Oh, he still hit us. But he's done for. And our skipper has received a promotion. That's our first supplies scavenged, and we are sinking. We'll get that fixed and pick up those other supplies. Shame we couldn't chase down the other one. He's just crossing the map edge now. So there is the other supply submarine getting away. We're not going to be able to do anything to him without any more depth charges, but let's go to the base. Is he going to dock up there? He is, and the other fleet is at rest. So let's attack. Let's attack. Yeah, 2 coastal tankers, sub-chaser, torpedo boats, 6 supply submarines. Oh man, that's a juicy meatball. That is a juicy meatball. I'm going to go back and get more depth charges, and hopefully they'll still be there. It is, they usually stay overnight and then move out. We came back to Tulagi to receive more depth charges, but I think it would be prudent to add a torpedo. And we didn't use the Mark 8, I don't think. It's a slower, much more powerful torpedo. To make this work, we will need to drop one of our machine guns just to recover those funds, unfortunately. But the torpedo will provide an income if we can find a target for her. A coastal tanker is a prime, juicy target for such a slow, powerful torpedo. The numbers below the base's strength number in that little box indicate there is a fleet there. Last time we were there anyway. Now that our assault force is off of cooldown, we'll be able to smash up Pavuvu, try and establish a foothold here, and then we might go back up to Sea-Doo where those supply submarines were. Taking a little bit of damage here. Turning away. 30 cals are struggling to damage the base defenses, especially the machine gun nests. So it might be wise to upgrade to the 50 cal as soon as possible. The repair kits rarely last a battle. But we really need to keep the boat alive. And I think repairs are way more important than medical. So at maybe the next port stop we will add a new gun. As soon as we have the funds. I need a 20 mil on the back just to increase our killing power. And then we will maybe move to 1 medic, 3 engineers, something like that. So we have access to 2 attack fleets. One is holding a base, I think that's at Lunga, and the other is about to attack Pavuvu. So we need to wait the cooldown before we assault another base. We've got another incoming fleet. 2 supply subs. Supply subs are the easy money in the campaign. As long as you have a depth charge or the mousetrap aboard. I do wonder if you could use rockets to make them surface. And I'm very keen to see the new aiming sights. Hopefully increase the potency of our rocket barrages. And I'm going to try not to rely on the mortar. Depth charge. Away. You are not going to like that, son. Get behind him before he gets that gun up, but too much damage to the bow. Where's the money? Show me the money. Whoa. Stratospheric money. Seems like Sea-Doo is in the process of being heavily reinforced. We're going to have to get rid of some of these supply subs. It looks like there is a lot there. What have we got? Merchant ships. Recon seaplanes. That's new, I think. Coastal tankers, sub-chasers, and torpedo boats. We might have to be sneaky. Yes, we got scout planes already in the air. Scouting at night. That's not fair. Will they see me? Probably. And then that will alert the base, and so any chance of a sneaky attack are out the window. How potent are these Japanese float planes? Ooh, 2 for 1. Yeah, their potency is in the fact that they alert the rest of the Japanese to our presence. We've been spotlighted. I think we're going to leave. That doesn't really work. I wanted to launch a torpedo at you while you were asleep. You may have foiled me this time, but I'll be back. Going back immediately in, I want to see whether they remember me. And they're put to sea. The tankers have anyway, and so is the merchant ship. What about the warships? The minesweeper looks like it's underway. It is, yes. Do we have a submarine nearby? Is there a submarine between us and the merchant ship? There seems to be something on the minimap. But we've launched a fish on the merchant ship. Or the coastal tanker, whichever is in the way. Can't tell because they're blinding me. With tracers and spotlights. Something's exploding. Yeah, we've got an alert marker just... No, that was the coastal tanker. The scale on the minimap confused me. Now we just have to duck and weave, get the fish away on the lead ship. If it misses, it'll probably hit the one behind. Oh, that was a big shell over the head. We need to turn away from that brutal assault of 25mm guns. Oh, yes, central hit on the merchant ship. Beautiful work. The question is now... Oh, we just lost a whole heap of the crew overboard. We need to clear up the threats before we stop to pick them up. Who did we lose? We lost our medics. Lost our medics and a loader. There they are, all circled. We'll just circle them and kill the threats. Called in help. Protect our men from fire. Make sure not to run them over. They are swimming towards the boat. It's a little bit too much fire for us to stay there. The remaining coastal tanker has lit us up. I'm going to keep that sub-chaser away from our boys. I would like to see your men be captured. That would be interesting. Don't know how doable it is, but if I leave my men behind, they should become missing in action. Whoa! Was that an American fighter? Hellcat? Wildcat, sorry. Same flavor. Alright, let's go and pick up the spoils. There aren't many base defenses, I don't think. Oh wait, spoke too soon. It's quite the haul of experience here. Resource points. I might give someone else a go at the helm. Let's see if we can gun down this coastal tanker with our 30 cals. We have 7 boxes of ammunition left. Plus I believe the men still have some in their hands as well, so yeah, we've got plenty. There's a couple of mortar emplacements. But they don't pose much of a threat. Is he running away from us? Yes, he is. He's running back to shore. Closing on him fast though. He's opened up with his defensive guns. We don't want to stay too close to that. Okay, and the front also has a 3-inch gun. So we want to stay away from that. So we stay in his rear arc. At a set distance, we should be able to whittle him away to nothing. Once we see that main gun fire, we know we've gone too far. Being a coastal tanker, I was hoping to hit something volatile. Ooh, almost clipping our bow. Stopping is not wise, but it does give you a better turning circle. Is this even working? We're almost out of ammunition. I thought I had enough. The boat's taking a battering. We're halfway through our medical supplies and we're out of repair kits and ammunition. 30 cals will run dry soon. Port side of the boat has been absolutely shredded. Oh, we got a lost control. I think we just lost a man. Yes, we did. Vittori again, overboard. But the coastal tanker has been defeated. The gunners are still opening up as they continue to sink. Stay away from that. We've got the Wildcats just going to clear up the base. And we're going to make our quick escape before any patrols show up. We do have some threat level. Here we go. We're completely out of ammunition repairs. We've got some medical kits. We need to bug out. Tulagi, here we come. It's almost dawn on the 15th of August and we're heading back to Cedu to continue to harass. What is here? Nothing. Moderate base defenses. Giving our first moderate base a crack. See how much firepower we're going to need to effectively take one down. As long as you concentrate more on the helm rather than the enemies, you should be okay. They look like pretty heavy mortars. Here we got big ones and little ones now. Duck and weave. And the sandbag nests, I'll give them credit, they are much more sturdy. They're effectively immune to small arm fires. We're opening up with our small arms. It just refuses to die. Maybe we're not actually hitting it. We've lit up 2 targets. That's probably one of the bonuses of the Elco boat. You can engage targets on multiple sides. That's only really likely to happen on the Higgins when you have enemies on either side of the boat. Directly either side. It does have a large blind spot over the rear. We've used up all of our supplies and we didn't do a great deal of damage. So we maybe need a squadron boat to help us crack a medium base, at least, or more support powers. Right, it's time to add a main gun. And it's going to be the starter gun, the Ehrlichorn. 20 millimeters, 30 rounds per reload, 60 capacity. That should give us some much needed range and punching power. What to do? We need to make a gunner. So this gentleman will become our new gunner. In control of the 20 mil. Right, I'm going to cycle out Aura Rowe. He will become our reserve skipper if tragedy should befall the boat. And then Murray Baker will become the new skip. And then we'll bring on an enlisted sailor to take the loader's place. The new gunner is going to be at his station all the time, so he doesn't need a machine gun. So we'll strip him of that bar. And we'll give it to somebody else. And I think I might give it to the XO. Genoa Vittori. Oh no. This guy doesn't have a machine gun, so you can have one, sir. You shouldn't be wearing an officer's cap, but you are. We have an assault on Lunga, but it is being held by our defensive force, which is great. Thank you for that. Got a fleet here. What is this? 15 fleet strength. Subchaser, coastal tankers, and torpedo boats. Sounds delicious. Right, the tankers seem to be turning away from us. Try and get as close as possible before we drop the fish. Drastically increase our chances with this slow torpedo. Trying to get a better angle. Closer to 90 degrees. Port side fish is away. And they haven't detected us yet, which is great. The black deck keeping us... Oh, I spoke too soon. Always speaking too soon. They see a PT boat running away. And they're like, oh gosh, did that hit? It looked like it detonated early, but nope. We have fires on the deck. She's sinking stern first. Dragged into the ocean. Making contact with the escorts. The 20 mil. Barking to life for the first time. That will give our loaders much more work to do. All the boats going up. Giant conflagration. Yeah, no. Thank you. Then we're going to kill you. Pick up the resources your friend dropped. What's going on with that 20 mil, sirs? Get it underway. Oh, the guy was sinking. That's why. Grab that money. We have a fair bit in the bank now. And we should be able to get some potent upgrades in the next mission or two. Ideally, we want more depth charges. We want some kind of rocket projector or mousetrap depth charge projector. I do want to test out the dual mount Oerlikon, which would be a nice intermediate level between the 40 mil. The 40 mil requires a lot of effort in terms of the crew. And honestly, I would say that you're better off just going for the dual 40 mil, so that you're getting the maximum firepower for the amount of crew that you have to spend. We've lost a man overboard, more than one actually. Big hit to the stern of the coastal tanker, and she's sinking just like her sister. Stern first. Only a couple of hours later, the sun has risen, and we have encountered another coastal fleet trying to leave Sea-Doo. We are basically interdicting everything that comes out. Flares are up, they have seen us. It is broad daylight. We are running into them from the sea, so that we're very easy to see. Camouflage better suited for an island attack. Just going to carve our way through the escorts and then push in and launch our... Oh, we don't have any fish. Oh, this is going to have to be depth charge away. But ideally we need to get rid of all the escorts to do that. I forgot I just used all my fish this morning. I've noticed the deck crew when they're trying to... Oh, we just lost them all overboard. When they're trying to load the 20 mil, they crawl across the deck to get underneath its fire arc, which is pretty cool. But it slows them down a little bit. But the 20 mil being so far back on the boat does give it a pretty good firing angle. Much needed. You can't... Oh man, we're losing so many guys overboard. Focus less on the commentary and more on the captaining, hey? Alright, he's done for. Let's swoop in, pick up our boys. Fortunately, we haven't yet lost our skipper overboard, which seemed to be a common theme for PT-72. They were always losing their skipper in the drink. Maybe the bridge is a little bit protected on the 80-foot alcoke where the guns are, who knows. Maybe it was just bad luck on on PT-72's part. Captain Hansen certainly had his share of swim adventures. Depth charge away. Oh, that's a bit too late. He's slowing down. No apparent damage. We're going to have to swoop around through his dangerous guns. We've got the Wildcat coming in. I misspoke. We're using Dauntless this time. 4-pack of Dauntless. That second depth charge managing to silence the tanker and give us our pay. There is another one, but we'll have to ignore him. Another successful raid on seat. Whoa, massive attack at Lunga. Massive battle, I should say. We have a lot of fleet assets there, but we need to reload and we need some new equipment to fight that battle. So we've gone with 4 of the standard running torpedoes, and we're going to add in some kind of projector. Let's go with the mousetrap. It's nice and cheap. Yeah, so 4 of the Mark 13 torpedoes. We've got the mousetrap. We're going to need some more ammunition. Where can we put the ammunition? Front deck center. 8 cans in the place of where a mortar would go. We've got enough for 8 more, which should be enough for this battle. But they will have to run that ammunition back. I'm pretty sure by those symbols we've got a destroyer each side, so may God have mercy on their souls. We've got a Fletcher, a Tender, light-based defenses, 2 submarine chasers versus the IJN, basically. We've got at least 1 Fubuki. Oh dear. The horizon is filled with the Japanese as they sail headfirst into Lunga. They are absolutely determined to take this base. Japanese have opened fire. We're going with a full spread, unaimed, just launch them. There we go. 2 away, and then another 2. Full 4 spread, and then we're going to go back and grab some more off the Tender before she explodes. The single 5-inch gun on the front. She's not very powerful compared to the Fubuki. I think we have a Fletcher somewhere, but I'm just concerned about getting some more ammunition. I'm going to spam torpedoes at this fleet. First wave of torpedoes. Looks like we've had a contact. 2. 3. 3 hits with torpedoes? Wow, that was great. Do it again. Yeah, our Fletcher is charging into battle. The PT boats in the garrison are also doing the same. I would love to see the Fletcher drop a spread of torpedoes, or the Japanese do the same. Launching our final 2 fish. Mr. Fubuki is in big trouble. He's going to eat that whole spread. Well done. Massive damage. Now we just have to get rid of all the little boys. Tender is alive. It's our lifeline. We could stay in this battle all day as long as it's alive. Don't shoot at them. Oh, look, we've got a sub-chaser right next to our Tender. Get away. Now we just need to take out all the landing craft that are breaking through to the defensive lines. Looks like they're about to reach the beach. They're everywhere. On the southern side of the map. Let's just assist our major fleet assets first. Oh, don't get run down. Whew. Nearly got chopped in half. PT-104 is probably in the same production line as PT-109. I'd hate to see her suffer the same fate. We've cooked the engine. Plenty of ammunition and plenty of Japanese to shoot at it. We're just going to charge across the length of the beach, mowing them down. Our fleet is taking a lot of the fire. Get him! That's more torpedoes. Try and hit the little boats with torpedoes. Oh, that was a silly move, Captain. Why did you launch torpedoes at our own tender? Shit. We hit the sub-chaser with a torpedo. Oh, the tender managed to turn in and weave through. That wasn't us. And it looks like the landing craft have made it to the beach. But the major action is finished. That was fun. Spamming torpedoes is always fun. Let's chase down these little boats before they reach the shore. Going to give them the proper treatment. Proper treatment. We might have enough ammunition to finish off these guys. If not, we can always circle back. Very sturdy. Very sturdy, despite being hit with the 20 mil as well. Let's go with the mousetrap. That's a new aiming reticule. So the red is where the estimated impact is, I'm assuming. Then you use your boat to aim. Pretty close. Pretty close. Not an impact though. Ooh, that was very close too, but no damage from what I can see. Some of the boats are going to make it to shore. But the GIs will be waiting for them. These guys won't be making it. Props go brrr. That'll give the Marines something to fight. Just as the ammunition runs dry. That was a fun battle. It's been a fun session of Boat Crew. I'm liking the changes. If you're liking the idea of a new series, make sure to let me know down below. Maybe subscribe to the channel because I love making content and I would love to do it for much longer. But for now, I think we will call this video here. I'll head back to the tender. We will resupply. We'll share tales with the boys and try and work out who launched that spread of torpedoes directly at the Allied fleet. Surely that wasn't us. But if you want to see more, like I said, make sure you tune in next time. I'm Commander Tyrael. This is PT-104 Lean Gene, out.